Hey, everybody, welcome to the WIRA market update. So, Monday is in the bag for 8 2019. We're now officially in the second week of April. It's tax month. Oh, boy. So, if you haven't got your taxes done, the clock is ticking. Make sure you take care of that. While you're doing that, read the disclaimer below. Anyways, look, let's get right to it, okay? It was an interesting market day today. Let's do a little refresh here on CNBC so we have some numbers. You can see it was pretty much a flat day. The Dow was down about 83 points. That was all Boeing. Boeing ended up down about 16, 17 points. Another big downgrade on it. And there were some other downgrades that came out this morning that kind of dampened sentiment at the open, but really it was just a flat sideways day. And we'll take a look at a chart in a second, and you'll see that. It's very visual. GE got crushed today. I wouldn't say crushed. It had a nice little pullback. We'll talk about that in a second. We were buyers again of GE today. And you can see the VIX. The VIX is up about 2-3%. Nothing. Still way well below that 14-point range and not even close to that 25-point range. Let's pop over to our charts and let's take a good look at the market. This is how you keep your emotions out of your trading. You ever lose a trade because you got antsy? You ever lose a trade because you read something on a message board and you panicked? Well, that's emotions. You ever lose a trade because something came out in the news and you thought everything was going to go one way, so you went that way, but it went the other way? That's trading your emotions. Let's trade charts, and that's what we've been doing since December 24th, right? When we called this capitulation here and we rolled this fast track up here to 500% winners in a row. And we set up some positions in anticipation of this move. Now we're getting this move. Things are starting to look really good, especially with oil, our OIH play. We've got those $20 calls all the way out to the end of summer. These are looking prime right now. Hey, our patience, we had to be patient while we worked through this channel, but we're breaking out now, and spot oil is just going amazingly crazy. Let's go look at spot oil. Look at that. It's pushing 65. Who thought that? Well, we did about 3 weeks ago. So that's the OIH trade. Now, the retail trade that we got into, it got a little lively this morning. You can see if you go to a one-day chart. Let's get something with a little more clarity. You can see it popped up real strong in the open, excuse me. It started off real soft there, and it got some good momentum in that first half hour. Couldn't quite get over that first hump, though, there at about 45.69, and it just kind of went into this sideways trading motion. We're going to be patient with this, and we've been talking about this. As long as we're in this channel, we're buyers. We're out to the end of summer on these. We're just right outside the money on them. And we think this is going to be a big, big play going forward. So we like retail going forward, and that's the way we're trading it. Our other trade, our AKS, these ones were in some $3 calls to the end of summer and some $5 leaps, which we're really, really happy with right now. You can see this is another one, been fighting through a channel. Almost started looking like a little head and shoulders, but it looks like it's breaking off there. And that indent, usually when you have a crater on the head, it breaks the pattern totally. But you still always have to keep a leery eye on it. But you can see we're breaking out of this channel finally, and it looks like we're about to be off to the races. We've got $3 calls, which are already profitable. And then we've got some $5 calls all the way out to January. This looks like we think it's got a clear path to about 430, 440. And then it'll have to do a little work to overcome this supply. But by then, everything will be so profitable, we'll probably be exiting the trade. Our other trade, we just opened a monster trade, right? We were looking for a reversal of this downtrend since the beginning of March, and we think we identified it, and it looks like we're right so far. Now, things can change. You know how things can change quickly, but you can see in those last 5 days, we looked like we're getting a little bit of a head and shoulders, but we definitely broke that off. We had a little bit of consolidation the last couple of days, the last few minutes there. Nice green bar to close. Great. It looks like, clearly we broke that downtrend and we're ready to move up on this. So this one, I think we're in some $55 calls, and we gave ourselves some good time end of June. Other than that, let's talk about GE real quick because you guys know we're GE buyers. We've been following GE and we've tracked it, and as long as it's in this channel, we are buyers below $10. And we bought here and we bought here again. So look, we like GE over the long term. This is not a play for day traders. This is not a play for the weak-hearted. This is not a play for the impatient. If you're impatient and you're going to watch every little tick, then this isn't the play for you. But if you want to find one good play that we think is going to be an astronomical gain by the end of the year, this is the one. And we're playing it like that. So, it's still paying a dividend. We got another Tusa alert this morning, and that brought the stock down. But you can see it held that level real nice. It had a quick wick, but not much to write home about on that. And so we're buyers. We think that's just a gift, an entry point. So we'll see how that plays going forward. But that's the way we're playing the market right now, gang. We're still bullish on the market. We think it really put in some strong work here at that 2,800, 2,825 level, and it's going to pay off here. Now, don't forget, we have earnings on Friday kicking off with a couple banks, and then we'll be in the full earnings season next week. So trade cautiously. Make sure you're watching your trades. If you're not watching your trades, put good stops on them, and don't hesitate to take profits, okay? The old saying, right? What's the old saying? No one ever lost money taking profits. That is right. So look, gang, be sure to read the disclaimer below. We are not registered investment advisors. This show's for entertainment purposes only. This is not an offer to buy or sell any security. Consult a professional before making any investment decisions. And we are not professionals, so don't take our word for it. All right, gang. But if you enjoy the show, share it with your friends. If you're getting something out of it, please post in the comments. If you want to argue, if you think we're dead wrong, definitely put it in the comments. Own your claim, okay? Stake your flag. All right, gang. So we'll talk tomorrow after the market. We'll see how it shakes out. That was a rough start to the morning with all those downgrades and stuff, but the market really, really showed some resiliency. That S&P closed green just a couple points, but the NASDAQ closed green, and the Dow would have been green too if it wasn't for Boeing. So, okay, gang, let's call it a day. That's a long enough show for one day. We'll see you guys tomorrow about 15 minutes after the market.